Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 8 of the That's Okay podcast. So, the past podcast we did, episode 7, was all about fashion and the big, differences between, my generation being Gen X and her awful generation of millennials.
Awful. I mean, fashion-wise, I guess.
Fashion-wise, not so great. But this week, there was a lot of things that came up that we discussed that we really didn't cover because we were discussing more the fashion of the time. But we want to take a little time and talk about fashion faux pas. Things that just you cringe when you see them. Things that, no.
And not just generational, just fashion faux pas in general that are like, oh, okay.
And there's plenty of them. So,
yes, there are. Sit
back, relax, go grab you a beverage. Something you can snort through your nose because these are going to hit home. And we'll be back. Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Brad and I'm part of the best generation, and that is Gen X.
And I'm Rachel, and I'm part of the most amazing generation ever, which is a millennial.
Amazing they've made it this far in life. It is amazing.
It's not so bad.
With their helmets and all that silly stuff. Well, listen, this podcast is a podcast that we're going to talk about anything that piques our interest. Anything from technology, music, today, fashion, faux pas, and things like that. You know what? We may not always agree, but we can agree to disagree, and that's okay. So, we're going to talk about fashion faux pas.
Yeah.
Things that you just shouldn't do. And you see it and you think, why? Why would they do that?
Yeah.
Things that seem obvious to most, but somehow some people are completely oblivious to. So I'm going to start with something easy.
Okay.
Socks and sandals. No.
Don't do it.
Don't. Why? Why would you do that?
I got to agree with that. I mean, I'm like, maybe you could make it work, but I can't think of really anything that I'm like, okay, yeah. Unless you just got to go get groceries out of the car. But wearing it as like an actual part of your outfit, that's not really no, thank you.
No, that's it's not right. Especially if it's black socks. I mean, I guess if it's black sandals, maybe.
I mean, I can't think of any way to fix it up where it doesn't look silly, to be honest.
It's just silly.
It is so silly.
Yeah. Dress socks and tennis shoes are fine under jeans or something like that.
You can't see them.
But just shorts with dress socks and tennis shoes, white tennis shoes even? Whew, no.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
Well, isn't there a rule where you're supposed to match your socks and your belt and all that too, and you're supposed to kind of coordinate?
Right.
So maybe
belt has to match shoes. If you're wearing black shoes, you need to wear a black belt.
Okay.
Brown shoes, brown belt.
I guess I thought socks were in there somewhere.
Well, socks.
Well, I mean,
they can kind of go any direction.
I mean, really. I would think not black socks with white shoes and not, white socks with black shoes. I mean, I would think.
I don't know. Michael Jackson pulled it off. He used to wear his pants with white socks and black shoes.
Okay, so that one's okay.
He could pull it off. The other way. But you would look ridiculous.
You should not. We could not pull that off. For sure.
No, wouldn't happen. So while we're going through some of these, I want you to think of things that you see that maybe you're like, no, shouldn't do that. Throw it in the comments. We would love to hear. Because, I mean, we've got our own ideas, but you know what? I'd hate, honestly, I'd hate, but I'd be interested to see if some of your fashion faux pas are things that maybe we actually do.
Yeah, I'm sure we do a lot. I mean, like we talked about in the last episode, millennial fashion, they're in the 2000s. I would say that entire chunk of time was a fashion faux pas. Complete. Like wearing, I talked about wearing jeans underneath your skirts and shorts.
Funny, I got that on my list.
And dresses. I'm like, what? That's why? I don't even understand why that was a thing. But I think just trend stuff in general, I think a big, well, not necessarily a huge fashion faux pas is just jumping on the trend bandwagon. Because, I mean, some stuff, you know, isn't that cute or doesn't look good with your body shape or whatever it is. But you're like, oh, I'm going to be trendy. And then it's, the whole thing with trends is they're over quickly, too. So you're spending money on something that's not going to stay current. And then you're having to turn over your wardrobe often. You got to stay with classic looks and stuff that looks good on you, not just stuff that you just find wherever. But, you know. That's a faux pas that I feel.
Well, you know,
jumping on every single trend.
I'm sure I'm guilty of it because I know somebody out there just going to say Crocs in general. You should.
Yeah, I'm not a Croc fan either.
I dig them.
What?
Don't get me wrong. I don't wear them out, but I'll wear them around the house or whatever. They're super comfortable. You slide them on and you go.
That's different. I mean, you can commit all sorts of fashion crimes in the comfort of your own home.
Yeah. But yeah, if I'm going out somewhere intentionally, then I'm not going to wear my Crocs.
So you know what's a faux pas that I used to do all the time when I was younger? And I feel like it was okay-ish because I was a kid, but wearing pajamas, like pajama pants out and about.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. I did that all the time. I wore pajama pants to church one time.
No.
Why my mom didn't just smack me over the head, I don't know.
I am shocked.
I know.
How did your mom let you out of the house?
I probably just, you know, I don't know. Probably because we were late and she was like, okay, well, we gotta go.
Whatever. At least you're out of bed.
Exactly. But I used to do that a lot and I don't know what my deal was. I don't know what my problem was, but I did that all the time and that's not okay. That's a big fashion faux pas. It's so comfortable. But wearing your, I don't know, Tweety Bird pajama pants out and about. I mean, I wasn't even going to like Walmart or anything. I was just wearing them to like events. I don't know what my problem was. I'm glad I don't do that anymore. That's a faux pas.
That is bad.
What else you got?
Shouldn't do that. So, you know, we talked about socks and sandals. Something else that goes along with that, and I see it and I just like,
your shoes.
Probably shouldn't do that. Yeah, staying within the shoes is pantyhose, wearing or hosiery in general, and open-toed shoes or sandals.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, that's the same thing as a sock, really.
Because
just don't do it.
You know what it looks like? It looks like you have Barbie feet. So like with Barbies, they don't have toes. It's just like a little clump, and that's what it looks like. It looks like you've got a clump for toes.
Clumpy feet.
Like there's not actually feet in there. It's just a mold, a little silicone mold of your feet.
Yeah, so don't wear any sort of hosiery and open-toed shoes.
And then it's got the lines and stuff. That's not cute.
Especially, well, if it's reinforced, if it's reinforced, that's even worse. You know, it's got like the toe cap over the end, like my grandmother used to wear. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Open-toed shoes.
Specifically open-toed.
Yeah. Another thing with open-toed shoes. Now, this is me, and some people would probably say it's not a fashion faux pas. But if you're going to wear open-toed shoes, this mostly applies to ladies, but it also applies to guys too, you know, for flip-flops and things like that.
What?
Don't have some ugly-ass toenails. At least get them.
Oh, don't look all scraggly looking.
Yeah, you know, trim them up. You know, at least make them look okay.
Don't look like you just got a weapon. Attached to your feet.
Don't do it. You gotta.
Oh man.
Yeah, just clean them up, make them look nice. If you're a lady, you know what? Throw a little nail polish on there.
Yeah,
make them cute. Cute is good.
Something, maybe.
So you know, but like I say, for me, that's a personal for me. That just doesn't look good to me.
Yeah,
I think you should at least.
I hear you.
Anything that's exposed should look presentable. How about that?
Okay.
That goes all the time. No matter what you're exposing, make sure it's presentable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of your weapons, this is probably more of a pet peeve, but it's still a fashion faux pas. You see some of these people wearing those, I call them hooker heels. They're the big, tall, high heels. Typically
heels.
Have the clear bottoms or whatever. Sometimes you'll see like a little goldfish in there.
That's kind of cool, though.
And they have the strap that goes over the top. And you'll see these girls wearing these things. And they got these big gangly toes that are just hanging off the end of these shoes. And they're like clutching, like eagle talons, just clutching the end of these shoes.
God.
Oh, why? That's not attractive.
It's because their shoes are too big and they're getting pushed down. And they've worn them too long and they're too big, so their feet are slipping down the front. And they're clutching.
Don't buy them.
I hear you.
Nobody wants to see these claws hanging over off the end of those things.
It's not comfortable to wear either. Like if your feet are shoved that far down into your shoe, that's not comfortable.
Don't do it.
But yeah, that's really funny.
That's not right. And I see it all the time. Like, why are you wearing that?
That's hilarious. Or when your shoes are too small and your little pinky toe is hanging out the end.
Oh yeah, don't get me into messed up toes. Yeah,
that's funny too.
You're wearing sandals and you got half of your toes hanging out one side.
Man,
not good.
I know it's hard to find things, and sometimes you find shoes that you're like in awe with, and they're beautiful, but they don't fit. And then you're crushed, but you try to make them fit. And that's when those things happen. You try to make them fit because you love those shoes. But, you're sacrificing your feet in the process.
You are sacrificing your feet. So if you have sacrificed your feet growing up wearing shoes that were too small, and now it looks like
too big,
and now it looks like your toes are throwing some sort of gang sign, just... wear tennis shoes. I don't know. Don't be out there rolling around.
Or just, put those little corrector things on. You do what you got to do.
Something.
That's funny.
So, yeah. You're throwing gang signs with your toes. So
ridiculous.
Another thing, heels that you can't walk in.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. Do you know how many times when I first started wearing heels, I was hobbling around like a newborn baby deer? Like, that's not okay.
Bambi legs.
Yeah. Now I really don't go over 3.5 inches on my heels, because otherwise I'm still hobbling around. But you want to, you look more professional and just chic overall if you can walk in your shoes and have that confidence. If you're hobbling around and you're not intoxicated as an excuse, that's not very cute. Mm-mm. And you don't feel confident either, so you don't feel as cute.
And I love women in heels. I think they're pretty. I think they're
love wearing them.
I think they're adorable.
Y'all love wearing them.
They do accent the calves. I get it. But if you're hobbling around on them, it loses something in there.
But you don't feel as confident. Seriously. I mean, when you're wearing really cute shoes and you're looking cute, you're like, yeah, just feel good about yourself. But when you're looking all cute and you're just teetering along, you don't feel that great. You don't feel great.
No. Mm-mm. Here's another thing that's a fashion faux pas, and I know this is something you don't see very often. Thank goodness. But the internet has opened eyes to many different possibilities and things people dig. But you see these pictures on the internet of people wearing flip-flops or open-toed shoes, and they have these toenails that literally stick out like 6 inches. And don't get me wrong, they've had a pedicure and they're sharpened up like daggers. I mean, I can't tell if they're trying to look good or if they're about to scale a tree. I don't know what they're doing with those things. You've seen them though, right?
Long fingernails and stuff are okay for me. It's long toenails, because I don't want to have to specifically find shoes to fit my toenail style.
What size you wear? I'm normally an 8, but I'm going to need a 17 to fit these toenails.
That's a lot of work, and I don't want to only be able to be limited to sandals, because I want to mix it up. I don't want to have to be limited to that. So toenails, long fingernails,
I'll find
sure,
a picture
whatever.
that we can post up here. It's a no. It's a no.
Yikes right here.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't want nobody wants to see that, really.
It's just, I don't know.
It's dangerous for anybody involved, for the most part.
And imagine if you stub your toe. What kind of extra level of pain are you going to have? Breaking a nail, but on your foot. Yeah. Ow! That would be horrible.
It's like popping a can top with
Oh, no!
anything to do with it. Awful.
Yikes, that's not fun.
Yeah. What else?
What else? Okay, so on my list I had when your clothes aren't fitting correctly. And I know that this is a struggle that women specifically deal with. I know men deal with it too. But before we started filming this, I told him, I was like, I have clothes that range from a small to a 4X that's in my closet. It's not, things are made different and cut different and fit different, and that's just how it is. But sometimes people get locked into, well, I am this size and I'm always this size, and go store to store thinking that that's that size. And sometimes it'll be way too big and baggy and make you look bigger. Or it'll be way too tight and squeezes you and makes you look, I don't know, like
squeezed.
Squeezed. Where everything's all rolling out in places it shouldn't. And that's not fun. So I know it's not fun to try things on, but don't get locked into a size on a label, because it's not about what that says. It's about what makes you look good. And we want you to look good.
And my argument on this was, how come there's not a standard?
Yeah.
Why can't there be some sort of standard that you go in, and if you know you're a size in a women's size, like a size 10 or something, you could buy a 10 at any store. That should be a standard, and it shouldn't be, and then we wouldn't have all these problems.
I agree. I mean, on mine, I'm like, well, things are cut different and things fit different, and people have different types of body shapes. But then again, I mean, it should just be a basic measurement. Like, if you are so many inches wide in this place, there should be like a 1 or 2 inch thing, and that should be that size.
Yeah.
And you can make your little variation differences there. But I think it's just the designer has an ideal of what they think that size is, and that's what they go off of, which goes back to why there's such a, like, I have all these different sizes in there, because sometimes it just takes time to try on, and I know that's not always fun. But don't get discouraged. If you try something on and it's too small and this is the size that you think you are, it's okay. You know what you can do?
No, it's not okay. Don't buy it.
Don't
buy it.
I mean, try a bigger size on. That doesn't mean you're any bigger. That just means that the people that made it don't really know what size people are.
Yeah.
So try it on bigger, and then if the tag bothers you when you buy it and it looks cute on you, cut the tag out. And then it'll be the same. Because it's not like you're getting any bigger or smaller when you go store to store. It's the clothes. It's not you. So just try on what makes you look good, because we want you to look good.
That's a good rule of thumb. Try on what makes you look good. And if it doesn't look good, it's okay.
And if you don't feel all that in it, then it's not right for you.
Yeah.
If you don't put it on and be like, man, I look good, then no, put it back.
I can't, if I go into a store like the Buckle.
Okay.
I like the Buckle. I'm a little older now, so I probably shouldn't be shopping at the Buckle. That's a fashion faux pas on me. I apologize. And I don't shop there anymore because I can't afford it. But, when I was younger, and I'd go in there and, things that I would buy in maybe a 1X or a 2X, because I'm a big guy. I got broad shoulders. I've never been a small person. I've always been a little hefty, I guess you would say. I would have to buy, they would never have anything in there that would fit me. Anything that was a 1X or a 2X in the Buckle, it would be like a small anywhere else.
That's crazy.
I'd have to order like a 4 or a 5X if they could get it. And I get it. I mean, it kind of hurts your feelings a little bit that it's a 5X, but it's not really. It's not. Yeah,
you just got to get past what it says on that label, because like I said, you're not getting any bigger or smaller when you go from one store to the next. So who cares what the label says?
So the lesson here is to buy what looks good on you, regardless of what size it says.
Exactly. I mean, just kind of go in with what you think size you are, and if it's too tight, go up. If it's too small, or too big, go down.
And you know what? Jeans are a problem too, because jeans are all different cuts and things too. You got your low rise, you got your skinny jeans, you got all that sort of stuff. If it's so low that your underwear just stick out the top, probably shouldn't wear it.
That doesn't seem comfortable either. Like, I don't want to have to get up and just constantly be pulling my britches up with it. That's not fun.
Speaking of pulling your britches up, if they just are too big and baggy and have fallen off, if you like shorts or jeans or whatever it is you're wearing, and literally you got a belt on and you're still having to hold them up.
That's not cute either.
Not cute. What did you call it? Penguin walking?
Yeah. When you're having to like waddle around like a child because your pants keep falling down, that's not fun.
If you're holding your pants up and I can see your boxers, don't do it.
What will always make you look good and always have a good classic look and you look professional and put together, clothes that fit, that you're not having to tug on. Because if you're constantly having to adjust your clothes, that's a faux pas too. Then you're obviously not wearing clothes that fit right, or you're not comfortable in it. So like if you are, if you wear something high necked and it's not comfortable and you're constantly like this, pulling it out, I mean, you got to find what makes you comfortable. Yeah. And pulling at your clothes and tugging them and pulling them up, that's not cute.
No. Also, something else is not cute is clothes that are completely wrinkled.
No.
I mean, wrinkles happen from sitting down in a car or a seatbelt.
But a fabric but it's not supposed to be wrinkled. I mean, if it's like a kind of a wrinkly, like a sweater type fabric, I mean, it's not like I'm going to be able to iron out my sweater.
And I'm no fan of ironing, but
I got the little steamer thing.
Well, you're fancy. I don't. But what we do is we just, right before the dryer's finished its cycle, we'll go pull the shirts or whatever out and hang them up.
Yeah.
I don't have to iron. I just do that. It takes a couple minutes.
Well, I have that steamer thing because I have a problem. I just kind of wad up my clothes, throw them in the bag, and then put them away like a week later. So they get all wrinkly and stuff. It's bad. It's just left over from my teenage years. It's a problem. But that's why I have my little steamer thing, because I like have like little blazers and stuff like that I have to
steam.
Yeah. And sometimes with specific fabrics, I've ironed a fabric before and it got like super thin and messed up. I probably shouldn't have ironed it. I should have read the tag, but the steamer thing's always good.
You know what else is a fashion faux pas, and that just made me think of this? When you go out to like an event or whatever, and a guy wears a a nice dress shirt or whatever, maybe a tie or something like that, and they show up and you can tell it's a nice looking dress shirt, but it still has the fold lines from whenever they bought it. Meaning they pretty much bought it on the way there and took it out of the package, so it's still got the creases here. It looks like a checkerboard they're wearing. Take a few minutes.
I haven't really noticed that. That's great. I should pay more attention.
Take a few minutes and just kind of iron that. Kind of like this tablecloth that still has the folding seams in it. But I'm not wearing this tablecloth, which would be another fashion faux pas.
Yeah, don't wear tablecloth.
But yeah, you should just iron it. I don't care. Hang it on a hanger when you take your shower, a hot shower, and let the steam work out some of that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, something. And clothes don't fit, wrinkled clothes. This goes along with the yoga pants and the tights.
Yeah.
They're fine, but you know what? Make sure you look presentable in them.
Exactly. I mean, it's really hard to make wearing tights as pants look nice, I feel like it's like it's hard to do that and like go to a nice event or do something like that. I feel like it's very casual. So it's just a really casual look. I mean, I wouldn't wear anything like that on like a job interview or to church or anything like that. I just feel like.
I mean, I guess if you were, your interview is at like 24-hour fitness or something.
Yeah.
Maybe. Even then I wouldn't.
It just seems like, especially if it's like pants, if it's underneath like a dress or like a long shirt, yeah, by all means. But as pants.
Pants. And if you're going to wear them as pants, because I know you're out there and you're going to wear them as pants. If you can see through them, make sure your underwear match the color.
You shouldn't see through them.
But you can't. Some people are going to wear them and they shouldn't wear them. And you're going to see through them. And they're going to be wearing polka dot panties. And
but that goes
tights.
to not even just tights. I mean, if you're wearing like a light colored dress and you have dark colored undergarments on, you can see them. Like, make sure that you take a look at yourself in the mirror before you just throw stuff on. And in light, like in front of my full-length mirror is where the window is. So I may look different in just regular lighting like this versus daylight. Because you might be like, oh, yeah, no big deal. And then you go outside and it's like, yeah, this is see-through. So, just take that extra glance or at least match your undergarments to what you're wearing because
start with getting a mirror. Because I see a lot of people that I don't think they have a mirror.
Oh.
Either that or it's one of those funhouse mirrors. They're like, ooh, I look good, It's whatever.
I mean, it's personal taste.
No, it's all
or just
taste.
Experimenting. I mean, you mix it up a little.
Mm-hmm. So
Either way.
Tell us, have you worn something like that? And you got out there and like, wait a minute. I know I had to.
I definitely have. There's been lots of times where I walked out and was like, why did anyone talk to me? Why didn't someone just come up and slap me? That's what I was wearing. But, that's what it takes sometimes.
Yeah.
To find your style.
Yeah, you just,
either way.
Once again, presentable.
There you go.
Think about that. Presentable. I'm not presentable. What about makeup? I don't wear makeup, so I don't really know on this one. What kind of makeup faux pas do we see?
I think that the biggest one that I see is like not blending your makeup down at the jawline. Like you just kind of stop at your face and then that's it. Hopefully I don't have it. Otherwise, this is embarrassing.
I have seen that. Yeah, it's
but
like,
where it's
like they got a tan through here and then all of a sudden it's pale down here.
It's just easy. Just blend that out. And with all the different shades that you can get now, it's not like it was before where there's only like a few sets of shades. Now there's hundreds. I mean, there's really no excuse for it not to match. And, I have a different foundation for the summer than I do for the winter because in the winter, I look a lot paler than I do in the summer. So sometimes, just gotta blend out. But yeah, I hope I'm at least a little bit matching today. But just, just buffing those lines out along your jaw so that you look the same or at least blending into another color.
Sand everything smooth.
There you go. That's my big one for me is that I can't think of any other makeup stuff that's like a big thing. Maybe just like, I don't know, overlining your lips like a lot. I mean, to the point that it's noticeable where you're like, oh, okay. Like it's not just kind of overlining a little, but like a lot where you're just drawing on a whole new set of lips.
Where you're like, I don't like my skinny top lip, so I've just extended it to the bottom of my nose.
Yeah. And the same for eyebrows too. I mean, I know like if you don't really, have a lot going on, but extending it to the point that it's like huge and way bigger than any sort of natural brow you would have. I'm just kind of like,
eyebrows are tough.
I
look at that
tough.
and I see people that have those things painted on, and I'm like, oh, why do they do that? Then you realize a lot of people have really light colored.
Yeah.
Maybe they have blonde hair or whatever, and they're really light, or maybe they just don't grow in very thick.
And that's fine.
And that's fine
like
too.
huge ones where it's like you almost have no forehead is what I'm saying. I'm just kind of like, I don't agree creatively with that.
Right. But, I get the people who, it's too light or whatever. And there's no definition.
Cute. I've seen so many people that do their eyebrows like that or just completely just draw them on completely and don't even have eyebrows.
Right.
And they look amazing. Way better artists than I could ever dream
I think that's an art form.
It so is. If you can draw your eyebrows on so that they look like what people use in actual like hair strokes and stuff, that's beautiful. That's amazing. I could not do that.
Yeah, it's
and
impressive.
That's so good. And I commend you on all of your makeup skills. Have you seen some people on YouTube, the beauty gurus and stuff that do them? That's amazing. That is an art form.
I have a friend of mine that I know that she is a makeup wonder. I don't, how she's a roller. I was in roller derby, so I coached roller derby. She is a derby girl. And, it's to see her makeup and stuff she does, and she does these colors. She does all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Here's like, you look at it, first of all, it's beautiful, but you're right, it's definitely an art form.
So like some people paint on
shout out. It's amazing.
Like some people paint on canvases and stuff like that. It's essentially the same thing except you're doing it to your own face. It really is, and that's amazing. And like some of the blending and stuff that I see people do, I'm like, how? But takes practice, impressive. I guess. Yeah,
it's impressive. One of the other things that I don't know if it's a faux pas, but fake lashes seem to be real popular now, and I like fake lashes. I think they look good to a point. Some of them seem a little long.
Yeah.
Some of those things coming out. They look like a tarantula hanging off your eye. That might be a little bit. That doesn't even look natural.
Yeah, the ones that look like they're just big old feathers.
You have to be going for something different, I think, to wear something.
Like you're going for a
what you're talking
specific
about.
look. But if it's just like your everyday wear and you've got like a whole hand coming out of your face.
It's a little much. A little much.
Yeah. I've actually tried. I'd never really worn fake lashes. I tried to put them on the other day and it was very difficult. And I was not successful. So.
Yeah, it looks difficult.
Yeah, I got the magnetic ones to try because I thought that'd be a lot easier, but I haven't tried them yet. I'll keep you updated if you even care.
Yeah, kudos to you if you can get those things on. I don't know how you do it.
I can't do it.
At least keep them so that they somewhat still look fairly natural.
Yeah, you kind of want to blend it in. Try to anyway.
You know, it's, I don't know. If they get too long, it just makes me think of people have those fingernails that come around and curl. How do you live your life with those? How do you do anything?
I don't. Once my nails get, this is about the length I like, and then I'm like, trim.
When you drop a deuce, how do you wipe?
That's terrible.
I need to know.
Why do you need to know?
Bidet, I guess.
There you go.
That or they got really dirty rear ends.
Or just, when you have long nails, like even if it's just a little bit longer than your natural nail, you're really having to relearn everything. Like you have to open cans a certain way. It's completely different when you're on your phone and typing. Like a lot of times when you're typing, you're having to type with your nail because they're too long. So it's like you're relearning your whole life when you have long nails.
Listen, I like long nails. I think nails can be very pretty.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate my wife has nice natural nails, and they're naturally long. She can grow them. A lot of people can't grow them, and I get that, so they have to use like the fake nails or whatever. I have no problem with long nails. I like long nails, but I'm just talking about those ones that are going for like Guinness Book of World Records stuff that come out and curl around and do all that stuff. I don't. First of all, it's not attractive. Second of all, I don't know how you function day to day.
If it makes you feel good, I mean, sure.
If it makes you feel good to roll out you, don't do it.
That's definitely not. I'm so hard on my hands and nails. They break all the time. All the time. So I couldn't even imagine having nails that long. I mean, and how painful would that be to break them? Like when you broke your nail, something that long and thick, like, oh, ow, ow. Well, like rip your whole hand off.
If you have to use a bolt cutter to cut them, they're too long.
Yeah, I hear you.
I mean, because you see those ones that grow out, and they're like a small tree trunk coming out of there. I'm like, it's gross.
I mean, to each their own.
And they're no longer natural colored. They look like, some sort of fungus infested.
That's why they're painted.
I know, they have to paint them. It's not pretty.
Either way. Whatever.
If you have those nails,
we still love you.
Yes, but cut them. I've got some bolt cutters.
If you have those nails, please, help us learn more. We want to know.
I'll be open, but I'm a cranky old Gen X guy, and I'm
how do they do you just like?
How do you wipe your butt? Let's get down to it. How do you do it?
Do you know that I watched like a little
something on great.
Like it was like little mini documentaries from people that have like long nails and stuff like that. Like I think it was like a hooked on the look type of thing. And they were like, oh, yeah, we get that question all the time, and it's way too personal. I mean, it's just, whatever.
Inquiring minds want to know. Most people don't know where that comes from. Know.
I don't care. You do you.
Yeah.
Either way. What else you got on the list?
I don't know. I figured you were going to kind of take it from here. There's all kinds of stuff I think are fashion faux pas, but...
So, one particular... is over accessorizing, I feel.
My mom over accessorizes. Sorry, Mom.
But
she doesn't anymore.
What I think it was, Chanel suggests that before you go out, you take one of your accessories off before you go. Like you put on what you want to wear, but then you take one off before you leave the house. And I think that just goes to, I mean, if you have like a really cute outfit and you're trying to showcase your outfit, when you over accessorize, it detracts from that and draws your attention to your necklaces or your earrings or your rings or whatever it is, and completely takes away from all the work and effort you put into looking cute and like wearing a cute outfit. So I understand that. I think if it's small, like minimalistic type of jewelry, then it's okay to have kind of a lot of that. But if you have like huge earrings and then huge statement necklace and huge statement bracelets and rings and stuff like that, that's a little much. But I mean, you got to take one and focus on it. So if you're going to have a big big statement necklace, you probably don't want to have gigantic earrings as well, or gigantic bracelets and stuff. You got to pick one and then minimalize the rest, I feel. Because if you just have too much going on, I mean, it looks kind of costumey and kind of and takes away from looking chic, I guess.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't wear a big gigantic ring on every single finger. First of all, in this day and age, I mean, that makes you an easy target.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So,
or a, I don't know, boxer or like
brass knuckles. I wear those.
Hey, there you go. But I just think it just takes away, and it makes you look less expensive, I feel. And sometimes you want to look
expensive.
Maybe not necessarily expensive.
Where are we going with
but I
this?
mean, you don't want to look cheap.
No, you don't.
That's what I mean. You don't want to look like, you know. Like you just kind of threw stuff together.
You're taking fashion advice from me.
I know.
It's pretty much the same thing all the time. Jeans,
my little sweater,
and a little button-up style shirt. But you know what? It's okay. I look okay in it. It's presentable.
There you go. But it's not like you heavily accessorize either.
and because I'm wearing jeans, I can wear any color underwear I want.
There you go.
I don't have to worry about it.
There you go. Yeah.
And they're not low rise, so you can't see them.
Thank God.
True.
Yes. So yeah, we've got all sorts of fun things that we hit on today. Do you have any more that you want to mention?
No. I think I've insulted enough people.
Yes,
offended
we still
plenty of
love
people
you,
today.
and don't think that we're just calling anybody out and be like, "You look dumb." I mean, we do these. We've done these. Sometimes I'm sure we continue to do things that we shouldn't.
Yeah.
But it's just fashion faux pas in general.
In general.
I
think those are things that we covered today, other than the crazy nails and stuff like that. I think those are things you kind of still see pretty much, fairly often.
If it makes you feel like you rule the world, by all means, you do you, girl.
If you feel like that's your social status, is that you want to wear black socks and sandals, I mean, okay, but everybody's judging you. Just so you know.
Well, I'm sure everybody judges everybody that they see.
I get judged all the time.
I mean, no matter how much you say, oh, we just can't judge a book by the cover. I mean, when you're just walking down the street and you see people, I mean, it's human nature just to make a snap decision. I mean, what makes you a good person, I guess, is to overcome those things and get to know the person too.
I would never do that.
It's just, you make your first impression on a person, and a lot of times your first impression is based on, how put together that person is. I mean, that's just how it is.
Way too deep.
I'm just saying.
I would never do it. I don't ever judge.
Which is why.
That's every person. I'm judging through this lens right now. If I can see you, you're sitting in your underwear at home. I get it. I'm watching you.
There you go. And we still love you.
We do.
Please like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Man, yeah. But
yeah, that's it. That's good.
That's okay.
That's good for a day. That's okay.
We still love you, and we're crappy too. We're there.
I'm just old and crabby, apparently.
I don't know what I am.
This
a mess.
Quarantine has done me in.
Yeah, you can't even. There's no interacting with humans anymore.
I much prefer dogs.
Oh, or cats, kittens.
Kittens, yes.
Kittens.
I like kittens.
Animals all around. We love them.
I like animals.
Yeah. No fashion faux pas for animals.
No, yes, there are. It's not but the thing is, it's not the animal's fault.
It's
their owners.
I'm pretty sure you'll have little outfits for Lucy.
Lucy does.
You know what Fredley's Halloween costume is?
Hot dog.
A hot dog, because he's a weenie dog, and he's so cute, and he loves to wear clothes. He's a mess.
Yeah. Lucy didn't. I don't think Lucy wore anything this year.
No?
Normally she does.
Oh.
Yeah, but but that's a special occasion.
Dogs.
Or if it's really cold outside and you put a little parka on your dog or cat, that's fine.
Oh.
But sometimes it doesn't work. So.
Especially if your dog obviously hates it. Yeah. Like, my dog will cry and cry and cry when you take the sweaters and bandanas and stuff off him. Like, I have to give them back to him for him to carry around in his mouth. It's weird. But if your dog obviously hates it, oh, poor baby. But if they like it and they're weird, like my dog, by all means.
That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, that fashion faux pas for pets, too.
Pets.
It applies to everything.
Babies.
So,
Either
anyway.
way.
Hey, listen. You've made it to the end of the fashion faux pas.
Yeah.
So go put on something that looks nice and presentable.
Or not.
And,
stay in your underwear watching this.
Whatever.
Watch
Doesn't
Netflix
matter.
in your undies.
Just
That's
whatever
okay
you're
too.
doing, make sure you like and subscribe.
Yeah, that's what matters.
And you can check us out at www.that'sokaypodcast.com. Our webmaster here and web guru keeps that all up to date.
Yeah.
You can also follow along on Instagram and Facebook at That's Okay Podcast.
That's right.
No,
or that's okay.
That's Okay Podcast. Yeah.
And on our website, there is a section where you can tell us what you want to hear about, what you want us to talk about, or just leave us a little comment on what you think, how you like things.
Or you can just read us the right act for our fashion faux pas episode and how much you disagree with it. And that's okay too.
Yes, but we want to hear from you. So please check out that comment section and leave us a little note. Yeah. So
hey, until next time, stay safe.